Now that I have it resting comfortably in a vise, I will go ahead and remove the motor assembly from the shaft. I'll go in here to the carburetor. Right there, you're going to see this here. You want to just go ahead and unplug it. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to take this screw right here out. I'm going to go ahead and put the screw back in there so I don't lose it. Next, you'll come in here, and that there is the throttle. As you can see, when I throttle it up, you get a 10mm wrench, and you'll break this nut loose or the one in front. It doesn't matter, just remember which one you break loose. Then all you have to do is throttle it up. Put your finger right here and hold this in place.
Cut off the throttle.
And pick the whole mechanism up out of there. Let that throttle on the carburetor go, and now this is out. And now you have the whole assembly apart right there. You can go ahead and work on taking the motor off of the shaft.
Turn the weed eater on its side, and you want to take this screw right here out.
And we're going to take this bolt and nut off. On the other side, it's a torque bit. Looks like a T25. Now I'm just going to pull the motor right off the shaft. It should just slide right off. Let's grab it. I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt out of the top. It's a T25 as well. I'll just go ahead and lift this up off of here. Now we have to take this off. I'm going to be taking this bolt out, and there's a bolt down here, and then we got a nut right there we got to take out. These are T25. Now that I have all three of the little bolts out, I'm going to take this out, and it's a 9/32 socket. Now this housing should just fall right off. Okay, as you can see, there's no pads on there. There should be pads. It's a little weak. I just want to point out that this is a 4-stroke motor. Here I got the new clutch. You can see the difference. This one here has pad on it. This one right here has nothing on it. Bare metal. Okay, now I'm going to remove these two bolts, and the 14mm is the best size I could find to take those off. I'm going to take my screwdriver and I'm going to stick it right down here behind this. Turn it counterclockwise. Break it loose. Now I got them loose enough to come off my hand. Now I'll go ahead and install the new one. I got new bolts, washers, and springs. I'm going to go ahead and install those with the new clutch. Okay, now what you want to do at this point is go ahead and hold the weed eater in place. Grab the string and pull it. See which way your flywheel is turning. Because on your clutch you have arrows. So that's the way we're going to put it on. Go ahead and put the two washers flat side up, the same way the flywheel turns. Now go ahead and put your clutch on there. Now go ahead and put the bolts in it. Make sure you have that little spring washer on there. Go ahead and put your screwdriver back in there and tighten these down. Now when you tighten these down, snug them down real good, because you don't want to put any real force on them because you don't want to break them. Now we'll go ahead and put the housing back on. It just slides on there. Just like that. These three bolts are what you're going to be putting back in, along with the washer. Now remember, there's going to be a nut that goes right there. Now remember, these here is a T25. This here is a 9/32. Now I'll go ahead and install the shaft. Okay, I got the shaft back on the vise. I got to take that motor and put it all the way up on top of here, because here's where the bolt goes through on the housing. I got to make sure this goes inside the drum. Now getting this shaft inside that drum would be a lot easier if you got somebody on the other end turning the spool until it snaps in. Otherwise you're going to have to keep turning it and guessing. or you can just go ahead and pull it out and put it into the drum and then slide it on down. Now we'll go ahead and put the bolts in it. It's the long bolt with the nut on it. I'm going to go ahead and hook my throttle up. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab this right here and I'm going to pull it towards me. And I'm going to take my thumb and put it right down there. I'll take this cable, I'll hold it right down in there and slide this in here. Let my throttle loose. And there's a little place in there where that throttle should go. There you go. Should go right inside there. Now I'm going to tighten this up because this is where I loosened it up at with a 10 millimeter. Now I'm going to go ahead and hook this here up. It's the kill switch. Now I'm going to go ahead and hook this wire right here up. It goes right here. Now I'll go ahead and put the top on it. It should just slide down on there. Okay, when you put your top on, make sure you got your wires in the right places. I'll go ahead and put the bolt in the top of it. Now when you put this screw in, make sure you line it up with the shaft because there is a hole in the shaft that this goes into. Now I'll go ahead and put the filter and the cover back on it. I hope this helps. Like, comment, subscribe, share with friends. Thanks for watching.